Natal in eThekwini. Police have gunned down at least 5 suspects in the Marion Hill area. This group was sought for a series of violent crimes. Karinda Jagmohan on that scene. Karinda, good afternoon to you. Police killing 5 people. What happened?
Certainly, good afternoon. Well, you'll see behind me 5 suspects gunned down in yet another shooting we're seeing. KwaZulu-Natal police, of course, going after the suspects here. We're told that these were wanted men involved in a series of violent crimes. But let's get more information from the police spokesperson in KZN, Colonel Robert Netshiunda. So thank you for speaking to us. I'm looking at bloody scenes right now. Tell us about how this shooting unfolded and why was it necessary to follow these actions?
We acted on intelligence about the whereabouts of the suspects, who we've been looking for some time. And when their vehicle was spotted, we reacted quickly. We came here. We announced our presence, that we are the police. Pull over, as we are supposed to do anyway. The suspects, instead of obeying the instructions from law enforcement, they opened fire at the police. And when you do that, you are inviting trouble, because no police officer deserves to die in the line of duty. We had to do what we had to do. You shoot at police, you expect us to shoot back. And after the shootout, 5 of them were gunned down.
I'm told that these suspects were terrorizing this community of Marion Hill. What exactly were they involved in?
The suspects have been involved in a series of crimes, including murders. One of them was one of the most wanted suspects in the eThekwini district and the Marion Hill area. It's been linked to at least over 20 murders, including the 5 people who were killed in Desai in February this year, where they were killed in 2 separate incidents in scrapyards rather. So we were looking for them. We had our informers, intelligence was on the ground. We had a team that was out to look for all suspects who have been committing murders in and around eThekwini district. Because you tell us that of late we've been experiencing murders every second day. Yeah. So when we found out about their whereabouts, we had to go and arrest them. Unfortunately, they shot at us, and this happened.
What happens going forward in terms of investigations? Like you mentioned, of course, one of these men involved in over 20 murders. Perhaps if police were to catch him alive, he would have been a source of investigation. Now what happens? Are you going to look for perhaps the firearms he used or any items that were in the vehicle?
As the police, like you rightly said, we want to bring justice to the family of the victims. Our job is to prevent crime and combat crime. And where crime has happened, our reactive capacity must be equally good. So now we were looking for suspects to arrest them and take them to court. They decided to execute the police, but not today. We were not prepared to negotiate after shots have been fired, because you cannot be using words when they are using live ammunition. You respond with a proportional force. We did that. Yes, we found them with 2 rifles and 2 pistols. The firearms will be taken to ballistics and see if they are not linked to any of our crime scenes other than those that we've been looking for at the moment.
Tell me, sir, I mean, this is the second time we're meeting this month in such a position where there has been police going after suspected criminals. Is this a new type of task force that is cracking down on such criminals?
Not really. We always go out to save our communities. Police officers book out firearms, rifles and pistols to do their work. And we do not go out aiming to shoot at anyone. That's why we arrest people every day. But there are those present criminals, cold-blooded criminals, who do not want to see a police officer in front of them. They see a police officer, they see an enemy, and they want to shoot. Like I said, no police officer deserves to die on the line of duty. no police officer deserves to die anyhow. And no police officer will die with their firearms when suspects are shooting. We won't respond with words when suspects are firing shots. We will shoot back, and we will shoot to ensure that the threat is eliminated.
Colonel, there's been a cause of concern for illegal firearms. We spoke about that at the last time. How's that operation going? And are you concerned about the hotspot areas like Wentworth, Umlazi, where we know that such incidents are happening?
We are concerned, and we are operating. The high-density operations that we have started 2 weeks ago has been amazing. We are covering firearms and ammunition, and we are encouraged, because in the month of May only we recovered 325 firearms and over 3,000 ammunition of all caliber, illegal. So we are encouraged that we are on the right track. We are operating. Last weekend we were at Dalton's hostel. We raided. We found a lot of things. The other week we were in Kwatukus. We are operating. Areas of concern like your Wentworth, your Umlazi, their turn is coming, because you don't just operate haphazardly. You collect intelligence, then you know where to hit, find firearms.
Colonel, we could continue with this conversation about crime in KwaZulu-Natal, but thank you for your time for now. Of course, our viewers there listening to the police spokesperson, my apologies, Colonel Robert Netshiunda. In the meantime, we're not going to zoom in too much. The bloody scene that I'm looking at here, and it goes right towards the end of the road. In fact, just as I stand, we're also seeing bodies that are there, the bodies of the suspect, 5 men. What stands out about this particular crime scene is that these vehicles that are here are vehicles you see on the road, your normal vehicles, not necessarily high-speed motor vehicles that are used. So it's yet to be determined whether or not these were stolen vehicles. At this point, you can see investigators are doing their work. They're taking the pictures. They're looking at the crime scene. Some of the bodies are yet to be removed. That's why we're not zooming in too much. But just at this car that's right here, I'm looking at blood almost trickling down that vehicle, which shows you, or you can imagine, the type of shootout that occurred here just about an hour ago or so. The entire scene has been cordoned off. There are some onlookers as well, traffic around the area. But again, we are seeing more of these types of shootouts happening. And we know that KwaZulu-Natal has high crime rates. In the past 3 months, at least 6,000 people have been murdered in this province alone. I'll give you more updates as we learn more about what has happened here at another crime scene. Back to you.
Karinda Jagmohan, thank you very much indeed. Well, a very disturbing start to Newsweek. Huge floods, of course, in Cape Town, and then 5 people shot dead in KwaZulu-Natal.